Hello, and welcome to the Coupon Bureau Partner Podcast. In this mini-series, we spotlight the innovators reshaping the future of digital savings with universal coupons. I'm Brett Watson, and today we're joined by Alik Rivkind, the CEO of SigmaLedger, a technology company focused on fraud prevention, retailer integration, and digital coupon distribution. SigmaLedger helps drive integrity and collaboration across a digital coupon ecosystem. Welcome, Alik.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So, Alec, can you start by just telling us a little bit about your background and what led you to start SigmaLedger?
Sure. My main background is surprisingly technology in financial services, specializing on high performance systems and so on. We were experimenting with that new exciting technology called blockchain. And then we decided that it can help us solve this ambitious problem, uh, counterfeit. Blockchain was a really interesting solution for that because of its immutability, proof of authenticity, and all of that, especially for the case when parties really don't trust each other and don't like sharing data with each other. So blockchain seems like really great technology specifically for that. Coupons was one of the area where we tried to apply our solution. And it sits on this interesting intersection of financial services and also counterfeit problem is really bad, surprisingly bad. So I was very surprised when we learned how big this problem was and still is, even after we reduced it that significantly. So we created this solution for coupons. We tried to deploy it and we saw immediate, really great success. So since then, we've been growing this solution, and that was our backdoor into this coupon world. Now we are, of course, doing much more than just fraud prevention, but we'll get there. But that's how it all started.
That's interesting. It's kind of a similar story. I didn't ever plan to be in the coupon industry. Kind of got coerced into it through different business opportunities. So you started in the coupon space, and then you're still in the coupon space today. And so, how did your background and what you were doing in positive offer file validation inspire you to kind of become a part of this universal coupon landscape that we have?
Yeah, I'm first and foremost technology, right? So domain is maybe secondary. Also, this is a really interesting area, Coupon itself. But we've always been trying to automate everything and integrate everything because we always believe that technology needs to be essentially a commodity. You need to create an ecosystem where people can do their business and think about business. So we always thought that if we concentrate on the kind of lower technical level and give people technology and tools and bring everybody together, they could concentrate on the higher level business problem. It will become an enabler. So this kind of brings us into this position. We say, let's drag this into the future by putting this on some modern technical rails. Let's bring everybody together and let's give people tools, and then they can build on.
And I love that you said bring everybody together because that's really kind of what we're doing here. Is not keeping everybody in their silo, but getting everybody connected. And when you do anything innovative like this, it requires a certain amount of collaboration among stakeholders. So how do you see SigmaLedger fitting into that collaboration, most specifically in between brands and retailers?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question because it's not rare for companies to compete and not wanting to help each other or share with each other. But in the reality, they always have something they can improve when they work together. And fraud was this interesting area where they put their collaboration hat rather than competition hat and really try to tackle fraud. And this was a great use case to demonstrate how these companies can work together and benefit together. Collaboration became vital to address this problem. And when this was demonstrated, I think they were a bit more open to look into other areas, how they can work together. Especially when, again, if technology becomes a commodity and not a competition, then they also see it as a kind of positive sum game even though they're competitors, but they use the same platform, they together can stop fraud it saved them literally tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, I agree. And if we do our jobs and create this superior digital coupon mechanism that is inherently fraud proof, they can really focus on, if it's brands and retailers, on that collaboration and use it to enhance, both of their business objectives. So I love that.
Absolutely. We want we want ideally brands and marketing agencies to focus on what kind of deal they want to run, what kind of targeting they want to run. But what we don't want them to think is how this coupon physically be delivered, how exactly the redemption will work. Will my clearing work properly? Will I be invoiced properly? Do I have to think about fraud? What happens if there is fraud? So all these questions just needs to be out of their minds because we have sort of technology to solve it. And this is long overdue. Of course, we are talking about innovation, but first thing we do is to catch up. We need to move into digital world, but then, of course, while doing that, we are looking into the future as well. So not just catching up, but what happens tomorrow and the day after tomorrow.
And you couldn't have segued better to my next question because you're on the forefront of that innovation with us. And as you look forward, where do you see us going as a digital coupon industry, or really just a like broader coupon industry? Because I always have to plug my my paper coupon guys, and because I always think that paper will exist in the appropriate channels, right? And that's a lot of what we say with universal coupons, is that now you have the ability to just meet your shopper where they are, regardless of where that is, if that's a tear pad at shelf, or if it's through a targeted media banner, just being able to reach them where they are. So I do think there will always be kind of a place for paper, but I also think, obviously you have this crazy, awesome new opportunity in the digital advertising space. So when we're talking about, where we're headed, where do you think we're headed over the next 3 to 5 years?
So, first of all, one big thing which is actually also long overdue is to bridge this gap between physical and digital world. This has already happened in general. In some areas, we're still lagging. It's a little bit less about the medium or the carrier. It's more about the usage. If shopper has a coupon, they should be able to use this coupon whether they're shopping online or in a physical store, and so there shouldn't be difference. And then shoppers should be able to choose they want digital or they want paper, of course. That's why, for example, when we integrate retailers, we always give them this combined solution where we connect them to digital infrastructure while giving them protection for paper coupon fraud, because it's still a thing. And until paper disappears, fraud will exist. But it's important to make it digital in essence, even if it's still on the paper, it still needs to be able to use it in a digital world, because of course, more and more aspects of our lives are now in our mobile phones. That's the reality. We need to acknowledge it. And we used to say that it's generational. It's not really generational anymore. Even older generation, we need to give them more credit. Older generations, pretty savvy. So it needs to be on the phone. But phones are not tomorrow. Phones are today. Tomorrow is virtual reality, augmented reality. We already tried a few times. This is still not a widely adopted technology, but it made few attempts to come into reality. That we see another wave coming into reality. Technology is getting there. We need to be ready. Sky's the limit when we talk about coupons, promotions in this new world. What exactly coupon is in this new virtual reality world is a great question. We cannot jump through like 3 4 steps. We need to get to proper digital world, then to go into even next level modern world. We try to bring retailers to this ecosystem. So we have brands and agency. We give them all the tools so they can start distributing this, and we connect them to different platforms, different publishers, different distribution channels. And of course, we have our own Coupon 24 application, which helps delivering some of these coupons to shoppers and so on. So we are doing our best to make this happen. And we are happy to see other companies doing this as well, more the merrier.
Yeah, I love that. So you brought up Coupons 24 app, which I love. It's a great consumer experience, but it brings up kind of a hot debate that I face every day when I'm talking about consumer experience with our different partners. And the hot debate is what's better, native wallet or mobile coupon application? Obviously, you guys are a mobile application because you guys made that choice with Coupon 24. So what made you make that choice?
Sure. So this debate is about specialized thing versus generic thing. And we have always been on the side of let's do a specialized thing, but do it really well. Let's deliver coupon experience, tuned, designed, specialized on coupons functionality, convenient for shopper. Everything is around coupons. While when we talk about wallets, all over the place, they're about payments, they're about cards, they're about everything. Maybe generic wallets will be able to solve for convenient shopper experience. They're not there yet. When they solve it, we'll look at that. For now, functionality is limited again because it's generic. It's not designed for coupons. Coupons are kind of a squeezed into this generic logic of cards and payment systems. So rather than going with a limited kind of a default good as it is thing, we decided that we can invest and create something really good with the potential for future as well. I can remain convinced, but I think there is only one right answer, a specialized app. I can see how reasonable minds can disagree, but I think my answer is the right answer.
Yeah. And maybe it's execution based. And I think the great thing is we're at a place where we can gather data points. And we can get to a point maybe where it's less speculation and more about analyzing data to see where those shoppers land.
It's also possible then eventually the line between these two will become blurred, right? And maybe eventually even disappears if wallets open themselves to a bit more to vendors like us, so we can do more inside those wallets, then this dichotomy might just disappear.
Yeah. Innovation. That would be something that we should put on the short term
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that would really be incredible for shoppers. All right, so we're gonna do lightning round. So these are short questions, one word to one sentence answers, just to wrap us up. It should be fun. All right. What's one word you would use to describe universal coupons?
Oh, universal? That's really the goal, right? To be able to get coupons everywhere and use coupons everywhere.
Yeah. I think we actually wrote that tagline down somewhere.
See?
Okay,
Great minds think alike.
they always do. What product do you wish had better coupons available for?
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think I'd rather go for categories, something shoppers really buy every day. So as we move, we're getting coupons for, water, for cookies, chips, like cereals. Yeah, this kind of stuff. That will be really good for consumers because that's probably their biggest uncontrollable spend. So helping them there would really help.
Yeah, agreed. All right. What's one thing every retailer or brand should be thinking about right now?
Wow, that how do I get more coupons out there
Yeah.
for shoppers in Coupon 24? That's in my books, that's the thing everybody should think about.
Okay, not work related. What's keeping you alive right now?
Well, uh, majority of my time is work. I love what I do. We started this company. We still believe we are kind of operating in startup mode. So this gets me excited and it is keeping me alive. But then the rest, relatives, some nice meal, nice music,
Yes,
traveling, good company, good conversation.
I love that. All right, Alec. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and really sharing your unique perspective of our coupon industry and SigmaLedger's vision for what you're trying to accomplish for the industry. I think it's partners like you that are really going to establish and grow that innovation. we had that vision for universal coupons at the beginning. So I just really appreciate you joining me today. As we close, can you just let our listeners know where they can go to learn more about SigmaLedger and your services?
Sure. First of all, please go to the App Store, install Coupon24 and play with it. Take it to your nearest CVS store and redeem some coupons and see how it works. Then you can always reach us at info@sigmaledger.com. We can always jump on a call and tell you more about what we do and what we can do for you. And of course, visit us at cube.sigmaledger.com.
Perfect. Well, thanks again, Alik. And thank you to our listeners. Stay tuned for more episodes of TCB's Partner Podcast.
Thank you. This was fun.